Now here are the paradigms. I understand that's a bit small, right? And we could spend time looking at this, but as usual, I think the best way to go at it is just to practice. And in this case, maybe especially, I've learned to read these just through practice. Honestly, I can't remember ever spending time working to memorize this paradigm. I would just, learn to recognize these as I'm reading texts. One thing I do want to note is that sometimes you'll see E-I-U-S, sometimes you'll see E-J-U-S. It's the same word, it just depends on what text you're looking at. One Vulgate, what's called the Vulgate, the Latin Bible, one Vulgate version I have uses the J, the other uses the I. Okay? So let's just work through this. Dedit eis potestatem filios Dei fieri qui credunt in nomine eius. Dedit eis, so dedit. So he gave eis to them, right? Now we're not going to go back and forth with every one. That will get tedious, but if you look at the dative plural there, eis, to them, okay? Dedit eis potestatem filios Dei fieri. He gave them the power, fieri, to become filios, the sons, Dei, of God. Now, if you have gone through all of the videos, working your way to this one, you're going to recognize other things up there, right? Potestatem, accusative case, filios, also accusative plural, Dei, genitive singular, right? So dedit eis, he gave to them. So here we're focusing on this demonstrative pronoun. So he gave to them eis, power to become the sons of God, qui credunt, who believe in nomine eius. There's eius. Let's look here. Eius, genitive singular. Okay, so qui credunt, who believe in nomine, in the name, eius, his, who believe in his name. 2. Et mirabatur propter incredulitatem eorum. Et mirabatur propter incredulitatem eorum. And he was amazed. Et mirabatur, he was amazed. Propter, on account of, there's a preposition we've looked at before. He was amazed on account of incredulitatem. It looks like incredulity, right? Disbelief, eorum, theirs. See, eorum, genitive plural, right? He was amazed on account of their incredulity, on account of their disbelief. Number 3, audit verba et facit ea. He, she, it hears the words, et facit, and does ea, them. So we're focusing on ea, and let's see what we have. So we see nominative, plural, neuter, and accusative, plural, neuter. We look back at the verb, and it says, and does them, so it's receiving the action, so I think we're looking at the accusative, plural. Okay, so ea, accusative, plural, neuter. 3, et titigit manum eius, et demissit eam febris. Et titigit manum, and he touched the hand, eius. Now we would have to look at the context to know, are we looking at a man or a woman? In this case it's a woman. So et titigit manum eius, and he touched her hand. So we go back to eius, notice genitive singular, and he touched her hand. Et demissit eam febris. Febris, fever, demissit, to be sent away or to go away, and the fever, the way we'd have to translate this, and the fever left her, eam. Let's take a look. Eam, accusative, feminine, singular. All right, so the fever left her. All right. Number 5, et videns eam, and seeing her, same what we just saw, right? Accusative, singular, feminine. And seeing her, dixit, he said, fides tua, fides faith, tua your, te salvam fecit. To salvam fecit, it's kind of like makes you saved, I think is how we would translate that literally. But we would iron that out. Your faith saves you. And seeing her, et videns eam, seeing her, he said, your faith saves you. 6. Regina Austri surgit in judicio cum generatione ista et condemnabit eam. Let me just translate that first bit and then we'll focus on that last phrase. So the Queen of the East will surge, will arise in judgment with this generation. Now let's look at this last phrase, et condemnabit, and she will condemn eam, her, right? So generation, being feminine, will condemn her, eam. 7. Disibat enim illi Ioannis. So Ioannis then was saying to him, illi, to him, okay? Ioannis disibat enim illi. Ioannis was saying to him, here's the part we're going to focus on, non licit tibi, it is not legal for you, it is not licit for you, it is not right for you, habere, to have eam, her. Okay, it is not right for you to have her. And we looked at that verse in the previous, or a verse very similar to that in the previous video. 8. Respondit eis Ioannis. Eis, that's the one we're looking at. Let's take a look. Eis, dative, could be dative plural, and it could also be ablative plural. So, respondit eis Ioannis. So Ioannis responded to them, saying, ego baptizo in agua, I baptize in agua. And so, or aqua, I'm sorry, agua Spanish, aqua Latin. So eis, to them. Okay, number 9. Et dicit e Jesus secere me. And Jesus says to him, secere me, follow me. 10. Respondit e Nathanael. Rabbi, tu es filius Dei. Respondit e Nathanael. Nathanael responds to him. So Nathanael speaking to Jesus, Nathanael responded to him, Rabbi, tu es filius Dei, you are the Son of God. 11. Et disibat eis, and he was saying to them, or he said to them, eis, sabbatum propter hominum factum est, the Sabbath was made for man, or the Sabbath was made on account of man. Factum est was made propter, on account of, for hominum, man, sabbatum, the Sabbath. Et disibat eis, that's the part we're focused on, and he was saying, or we can translate it, and he said eis to them. 12. Et dicit eis, and literally it says, and he says to them, quot panis habetis, how many, literally how many breads do you have? How much bread do you have? How many loaves of bread do you have? You've got to iron that out in the translation a little bit. And he says to him, or to them, I'm sorry, he says to them, eis. 13. Dixit eis, he said to them, quid vultus ud faciam vobis? What do you wish that I would do for you? Dixit eis, he said to them, eis, to them. What do you wish I would do for you? 14. Et si diligitis eos, qui vos diligunt, quae vobis est gratia. Just, I'll translate that roughly. And if you love those who love you, what reward do you have? Et si diligitis, and if you love eos, them. If you love them. Let's go back and take a look. Eos should be in the accusative plural, and there it is. Okay? Accusative plural, masculine. 15. Nolite ire post eos. Nolite, it's a command. Don't ire, go, post, after eos, them. Don't go after them, don't follow them. 16. E baptizabantur ab eo in Jordane. And they were being baptized, right? They e baptizabantur, and they were being baptized by eo in Jordane. So we've got that preposition there. So I'm guessing that this is going to be in the ablative case. Let's take a look. Yep, there it is. Masculine, singular. It could also be neuter singular, but in this case we know that a man is doing the baptizing. So it's masculine, ablative, singular, masculine. Okay, so they were being baptized ab eo by him in Jordane, in the Jordan River. 17. Vidit alios duos fratres. So he sees alios duos fratres. So he saw two brothers, Jacob, Zebedee, et Ioannem fratrum ejus, and John, fratrum, brother his. So Jacob, Zebedee, and John, the understanding being John is Jacob's brother, fratrum ejus, his, ejus, okay? Fratrum ejus, his brother. In nave cum Zebedeo patre eorum. Okay, so notice we have fratrum ejus, his brother. Whose brother? Jacob's brother. Okay, and then we have patre eorum, their father. And so let's look at it, genitive plural. Okay, there it is. So their father, et vocavit eos. So we have ejus, eorum, et eos. So he saw two brothers, Jacobum Zebedee, I'm translating that as Jacob, and John, fratrum ejus, his brother, in the boat with Zebedeo, the father, eorum, their father, et vocavit, and he called eos, them. So we have ejus, eorum, eos. 18. Esurcuabat Jesus, totum Galileam, and Jesus was circling about. You can see the circle there in circuabat, and Jesus was kind of traveling about all around Galileam. Totum Galileam, docens in synagogues, eorum, in their synagogues, teaching docens in their synagogues. 19. Et verbum caro factum est, and the word, et verbum, the word, caro, flesh, factum est, and the word flesh was made, or flesh, or the word was made flesh, it habitavit, and it dwelt in nobis, among us, and it habitated, we could say, among us, et vidimus, and we saw gloriam, glory, ejus, and we saw his glory. So there's ejus. Et crediterunt, and they believed in eum, discipuli ejus. Discipuli ejus. His disciples, crediterunt, believed in eum. They believed in him.